KILR Killer Game.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome back to the tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 2. This is on the Tandy 1000, emulated with PCE, not PCEM, but PCE. And the reason, I'm sorry, not PCE, it's 86 box. I'm thinking of Flight Simulator 1. Yeah, so we use 86 box on this because it's the only one that uses teledisk images that I've been able to get to work in conjunction with an image of Flight Simulator 2, so that way we can get the scenery to work in the areas that we're flying. In the earlier episodes, we were able to use the PC version and the image, but there's tracks that are copyrighted. They had to get around that in order to make a disk image, and as a result, there was scenery on those tracks and they were gone. So in order for us to do our tour properly on Flight Simulator 2, we gotta improvise a little bit. So we're going to be using the Tandy 1000. Specifically, this would be the 1200 because of the keyboard controls that we need to use, which, since the emulator is a 1000 and not a 1200, that might explain. No, that doesn't explain. Never mind, forget I said that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the flight so I don't continue rambling. Okay, so this is Scenery Disk number 9. This is specifically for the Commodore 64, but all the airports are the same, but the only difference is that there's not any NDBs, because there's no ADF on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2 like there is on the SubLogic Flight Simulator 2 for the Commodore 64. Microsoft Flight Simulator 3 had one, though. I don't know, they might be there. I was able to tune in on Flight Simulator 3, so, I don't know. Maybe they're there and you just can't tune into them. Maybe it was a future release. Anyway, we are here at Sheboygan, and we're going to be going here to General Mitchell Field, which is Wisconsin. I forget what city that is. Well, I'll figure it out while we're up in the air. It's going to take a little bit, but we're going to be flying over here to Badger first. We'll see Waukesha. So we'll just tune in Badger until we go directly here, and then we'll be taking we'll be flying from there. I thought maybe we would tune in to Horlick, but that wouldn't make any sense. We'll just leave from Waukesha at this radio right here. It's a rather short runway. I mean, we might come around this way. Maybe we'll do that. We'll have a longer runway to land on. Graphics are going to look kind of weird anyway. Yeah, we'll just head at a radio of, I don't know, maybe 094 or something. We'll come out like this. We can come around and land, and all will be good. Or we can just come out here at an angle. Who knows? The graphics are, if you've been watching the previous videos, the graphics are all over the place, so maybe it doesn't matter. I think that would be 110. Well, we'll try it. We'll leave it 110 there. all of this rambling, and you're like, yeah, would you just get on with the flight? Stop talking about it. Well, okay. Okay. We'll get on with the flight. But first, no, I'm just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and start the plane. We'll just go ahead and hit M5, which will start it. And we are good to go. We're on. Our lights are on. We have a runway there in front of us. So let's go ahead and these runways are lit up. Or it's just because it's dusk. Look at that runway. It's like comes off on the side and tilts up and goes this direction and that direction. Am I on the runway? Maybe the runway's up in the air. Oh my word. Oh, now I can't see nothing. This will work though. Okay, I think I see which runway I want to take. We'll take this one over here. So we'll go ahead and we'll stay in this mode for the moment. And in the meantime, I can take a look at our nav radios and get those set. So Badger is 116.4. Okay, 40 miles to Badger. Well, we probably could have flown this, and well, it's not going to matter. It's going to be nighttime. There's not going to be any color, so it's okay. The one episode that we did is fine. All right, let's get ourselves turned around. I think this thing is going to be. Flaps are up. Let's see, VOR 1. Okay, there's our vector there, 204. That's what we want to go off of. And then VOR 2. We were saying 110, and there we go. So that'll be from as soon as we get somewhere in that direction. Whoops. Oh well, helps if I do the nav radio. 116. Okay. Well. We'll get there. All right. It looks like everything is set, so let's go ahead and take off here. Jeez. One of these days, maybe we'll be able to do this correctly. That'd be so nice. All right. Landing gear up. Gee whiz. Okay, off here in the distance is Lake Michigan. And that blue line that's flipping around there is a interstate. I don't know which one. We can look it up. Got a little bit of time. We got some red dots there. I'm assuming those are like city lights or something. There we go. We're on course. Let's go ahead and lower the, not lower, but reduce power here. I am not sure where the airport's at. It was back there somewhere. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe we're just now flying over it. We did, yeah, I think that's it. So we did go north, and we turned around. So that flashing light, I think, is our strobe lights. We should be hitting nighttime here about 20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Now there's nothing. So, we're going to have to rely on our instruments here. We still got some stuff out this direction. That red thing is the light on our wingtip. That's the city of Oshkosh back there. That's the airport that we just took off from. That's Sheboygan Memorial. So, there is stuff. Trying to get it so we're not continuing to climb here. Oh, it's not Badger we want to go to, it's Timmerman. Well, this will be a little bit different of a flight. I don't know. It's cat scratching at the door. It was hard to see on the map. I didn't see it at first. Let me show you. Okay, so Timmerman is right here. So the center of it is right here. If we tune in here and head to Timmerman, we can take this direction, which I think is 1.5. I have to look at one of these other ones where they're not covered up. So I think it's 150. And then that will hopefully get us there. So yeah, Lawrence J. Timmerman, that's what we're going to use. We're still climbing. How's it we're still climbing? Lawrence J. Timmerman is 112.5. 112.5. 31 miles. Not too far from the other one. 186. Say we got some scenery here we can look at. Yeah, I know. What do you mean scenery? What is the... I wouldn't call this scenery. We got to use the artificial horizon there, the attitude indicator, to determine if we're still, banking or whatever the case may be. So definitely some IFR flying we got here. Okay, let's go ahead and get nav2 set up as well. 112.5. We're saying 15 on that one. Oh, okay. Well, looks like our speed's not too bad, about 110 knots. So, if you remember the last flight, I mentioned how it looks good in color, but it kind of bulged out the instruments a bit. The airspeed indicator, it was just one example. Instead of it saying 40, 60, 80, 100, it actually said 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so it dropped the last zero. I didn't look at the other instruments, but not that that's a game breaker or anything like that. I mean, the color looks nice as compared to the color composite option on the IBM version of Flight Simulator 2. So when it comes to this series now, instead of saying PC, we're going to say IBM or Tandy. They're both PCs. They both run DOS programs. But yeah, we're gonna use that terminology. So it looks good. The graphics are still wacky. They still go all over the place. And hopefully, maybe I'll find... I don't know. Maybe I should look on the internet and see if maybe there is a Tandy 1000 emulator. Why not? Let's take a look and see what I can find here. Oh, before I do that, I was going to look up the road that is... Okay, so the road that we were seeing that was going along the Lake Michigan is actually Interstate 43. I believe that is the blue line that we're seeing over to the left. The one over to the right, I believe, is Interstate 41. So we're heading to Milwaukee. That's where General Mitchell is at. Let's see, Tandy 1000 emulator. Let's see what comes up. Tandy 1000 series emulators on Windows and other platforms. There's PCM, Tandem, the PC Junior and Tandy emulator. Tandy emulators, the old school PC. Let's look at that one. There's something called Tandem. Tandem. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a look at that. The problem is I don't know if it's going to use teledisk images or not. It may not. So, you know, we might be able to get Flight Simulator to work, and it might look right. But if we can't get the scenery disks to work, I'll check it out, though. We'll see what we can find. No, not PCEM. There's Tandem. Tandem, the world's first Tandy 1000 and PC Junior emulator. Tandem 0.55 is still in early stage alpha stage, so please expect many bugs. Program is delivered as is. This could be a very old page. Future development, disk image support. Well, something tells me that emulator is not going to help us one bit. Oh well. Yeah, I think this is about the best we're going to be able to get. So we're seeing Milwaukee in front of us. But hey, my loyal viewers out there, or you're a new viewer. If you know of a Tandy emulator that actually works, where the graphics don't do this, and it accepts teledisk images, let me know in the comments. And then that way I can do these videos properly. Or if you have a Tandy 1000 that you would like to let me borrow, or if one that you want to just give to me, let me know that too. This is going to be a very long series, just to let you know. So it would be to borrow one. I would appreciate the offer, but it would take me a while to get all the flights recorded. There's going to be something like over 300 flights. This is going to be a long series. But it'll be a good one. We'll be going through the continental United States. There's a couple of areas of scenery disks that were not made. 8 and 10, which covers Montana, North and South Dakota, the upper parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin, Michigan are not there. And 8... that's the one area. I don't know if that's scenery disk 8 or 10, but the other one is around Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi. So, kind of a bummer. Eventually, SubLogic released the USA East and USA West, which did actually cover the entire United States, including the areas they didn't do before. But that only works on Flight Simulator 4. You can get it to work on Flight Simulator 5. Kind of. You need kind of like a conversion disk to make it work, and even then it was only experimental. So you're better off with just the default scenery of Flight Simulator 5, even though the scenery was pretty sparse. You at least had the custom content you could download or create. If you get the right programs, you can just create the scenery yourself. Which we've done on this channel. If there's scenery to download, I will try to do that. And then whatever's not available, I will create myself using the scenery and object designer from Apollo. And luckily that same format can be used in Flight Simulator 98 as well. 95 and 98. Okay, so those two black licorice things right here look like the navigational beacons or whatever, because there's little lights that are flashing. The airport is somewhere over here. And that airport there in front of us, right here, that is the Lawrence J. Timmerman Airport. And we're about 5.7 miles away, so. Then we've got all the interstates that are coming in and out of Milwaukee. This simulator is good for getting you to use your imagination. Especially with the way these graphics are kind of moving all over. You know, if PCE would be able to emulate a Tandy, the graphics might be right, but it doesn't. It emulates some old Macs. It emulates an IBM 5150, which is what we use for Flight Simulator 1. Who knows? You know, maybe somewhere down the road when we're 200 episodes into the series, maybe something will come out where we can actually go back and redo some of these episodes. Might look kind of weird. I'll be halfway to my 60s by that time. I'll have more gray hair. I don't want to grow old. It's not supposed to happen. Alright, let's go ahead and make our turn here. I believe this is our airport, because I can see a few blue things over there. Let's see what happens here with the. We'll use our radios, use our navigation. Whoops, going the wrong direction here. Take a look at the map. Whoa, that is the airport, and it's awfully close too. Was it over? It's like right there. All right, hold on. Flaps. Landing gear. It looked like we were completely off, though, from... Unless we're... No, it's back there. I mean, you saw it. It was like... That's it, right there. We passed it. Couldn't have passed it. No, we did not. The airport is in this area. That I know for sure. Okay, we didn't pass it. We're good. But at least we're slowing down. See if we can level ourselves out here a little bit. Now I could tune into the Horlick VOR. But I don't think we need to. I mean, you can see the blue over there, so I mean that's the airport. Just trust me. Trust me on this. Aha, see it? That's it. That's our airport. It's like blink and miss it. Altimeter there is 679, so we'll need to keep that in mind when we go to land. It's a little hard to, especially going to be hard with the way the graphics are going here. See, the runways were like a little bit off here. Oh wait, no, there was one. That's all right. Oh. There we go, you see it? Now you can see it a little better. Whoa. I have my rudder. Alright, well, we didn't land on the runway, but... out. Oh my, this just makes me laugh. Alright, we'll go ahead and shut the engines off. And if we take a look at the map here, we're somewhat close to the runway. That is General Mitchell. And we'll just kind of zoom out here. So it's a little messed up there, but you can see where we're at. You can see that's Lake Michigan there. But all right, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new, I say a lot. Subscribe and click the notification bell so that way you'll get notified of when videos are uploaded to the channel, because I have something new and every week. Every day is a different theme on this channel, and 6 of those days also transfer over to Twitch, where I do live streams, and most of the time I'll be recording my episodes and streaming them over on Twitch. This particular episode I'm not. I did a stream on one episode, really wasn't getting any viewers, so I'm doing several episodes just offline for right now. So not everything will be online, but if you follow me over on Twitch, when I do a live stream, you can come follow me. You'll be able to join me while I'm flying them live and chat with me and interact, and it'd be cool. Don't forget, there is also Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat. And on that, I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're with me. And I'll see you on the next episode on the leg of our journey. I'm sorry, it's kind of late. Anyways, have a killer day, afternoon, and evening.